this is part two. I'm kicking it while I'm in Korea right now, waiting on a flight. I got a hotel. I guess I gotta finish this. I'll do it. So anyway, yeah, people vote, because I guess you want to say their own kind. Yeah, sure. I mean, Controller Lou was supported by the Asian community. Why? Because he's Asian. Didn't nobody say, "Oh, you voted for him because he's Asian"? No, they voted for him. No, that's what they were. Who he was. So that's why I couldn't understand the double standard when Obama was running for president. They say, "Oh, they only vote because he's black." Well, yes. But let's get back. So I helped with Hillary Clinton in her campaign in Las Vegas, making phone calls. To me, that there's one thing about giving your money to organizations or being a part of a pool of money and the confidence knowing that it's going to the right place. Real quick, I was in prison, and Ted Turner, who owned Time Warner, TNT, had donated to Oprah Winfrey's Angel Tree Network a third of its wealth. And at that time, I was trying to get attention to what was going on with my daughters, why my daughters don't love me after all I've done for them. In fact, BET sent me a paper that they wanted me a part of a reality show called Daddy's Home. They flew me to, I think, somewhere in Maryland to be checked out. My youngest daughter wanted to, but my oldest didn't, so it got stopped. I decided at that time in prison I would donate 1/3 of my wealth to Oprah Winfrey's Angel Tree Network. We only came out to close to $3,000 or something like that, but 1/3 is 1/3. And I wrote in a letter, mine may be a lot more significant because, I might have to pay mine back, which I did, but I was trying to get Oprah's attention to do a story on why my daughters, how come I can't get them to love me after all I've done for them and still do. I'm not gonna go through it. If you want to know, go to my Facebook or whatever, and you see pictures of me picking up these pink slips that are receipts of money that I sent out while I was in prison, and you get an idea. I'm not gonna go through it. But that's why I donated 1/3. So here we are. Here I am in the Philippines. Prince wrote a song called "Money Don't Matter," or something similar like that. Because when you get it, it flies away. One of those type of things. And money don't matter to me. Money never mattered to me. Because I always felt that there was angels around me. I could always see where my next dollar came from, or a dollar would materialize somewhere. I remember when I was moving too fast and I was walking and I had one shoe that didn't have a sole on the bottom of it, or it was coming up. When I picked up my foot, my shoe flopped like this. I had to walk with my foot close to the ground so you couldn't hear it flopping and shit. And I was walking across the railroad tracks one night, and I looked and there was a pair of sneakers. My size. I held my head up to the sky, and I said, "Thank you, Jesus." I don't believe in foxhole prayers. I don't believe waiting till a crisis to come, to want to call on God or whatever. Case in point. I was an interstate fugitive for over 10 years. Because I left Oregon, I was on parole, on probation. I didn't know it at the time. I was on a $5,000 bail, which I thought was $5,000. I didn't know it was 10% till many years later. And I kicked myself in the ass when I talked to this judge. And he said, "Yeah, Gerard." I said, "It was only 10%. And I found out that all this time, only $500 kept me from seeing my daughters. So anyway, I decided to go to Oregon to take care of my business because that's where the warrant was. So I turned myself in. And of course they booked me. It's funny because if you ever watch Jail, and when it's done in Oregon, in municipal county, in Multnomah County, which I was on the first cop way back in the day. When those of you who know Foxworthy know who I'm talking about. You know, there was an Oriental woman, a long blonde-haired Oriental woman who worked inside the jails with the convicts. Well, it was her who did the body searching on me, teaching another girl how to do it. I said, I feel honored. One of those things. So when I got in front of the judge and everything, you know, the prosecutor said, you know, Yana, he absconded, he ran away, he should be given time for all the years he's been gone, and at that time they had a set of youth in the back. I remember when I was young in North Carolina, we used to go to courthouses and watch trials. And so they were showing, at this particular day, they had a group of youth who were in there talking about cases, you know, listening. And the prosecutor says, what kind of example are we setting to the youth of tomorrow if it shows that you could do something, a crime, and get away with it? So it's my turn to speak. Of course, at this time, he had my magazines. At this time, he had my accolades. At this time, he had a lot of stuff about my newspaper articles where I've been published in the papers and all that. He had all that laid out in front of him. So I told him, I said, Your Honor, I said, the prosecutor talks about the example that would be made if I'm not being punished. I said, the example that would be made is that anyone can make a mistake in their life. And at some point in time, if they choose to want to turn their life around, they can. And they should not be punished for that. So to make a long story short, or to make a long story longer, it's funny because they found me like $1,000 and something, and in my pockets all I had was, I had to go to the ATM to get $10 more. So anyway, so this is Gerard, and Chief of Filipino Soul. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elderly, always pull someone up. And sometimes you may be the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ollie Woodson, the lead singer of The Temptations, would say, treat her like a lady, like I'm doing mine. Hey, Diamond, I'm going to send some pictures for you. Okay, so I'll talk to you later. And remember, I will always love you more. I'll talk to you later.